I woke up in the middle of the night. And I wondered how you're always right. It gets me. I couldn't see what you saw in me. Ooh, na na na. But you showed me how to believe. Still gets me. When I look back, I can see you're hiding, waiting for a moment to step in. And I'll never understand how you saw it coming. Oh, but I will love you for it all. Yeah.
Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a new day and we're just gonna take it super chill. We have already done breakfast, as you saw. It's a little bit later in the evening. It's 1 o'clock right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start cleaning up breakfast since I played with the kids. Yeah. They already ate breakfast. As you saw, we had some pancakes. We then had some playtime, and now they are outside in the backyard playing, which means it's time for me to clean. And we are going to start lunch. So for today's lunch, it is going to be tuna with rice and lentils. It is a nice, cold, chilly day here in Florida, hence our jacket. Hopefully I'll warm up once I start cooking. What happened, Mama? You want me to go outside? Yeah. Okay, let's go outside. And then we are going to start lunch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers some magazines for kids who are 17. But I don't know what to do, staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. Some, they are certain of what awaits them when it all ends. But I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind, or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know, how could I know?
My lentils are currently cooking. Now I'm going to start on our beverage. I ran out of the strawberry lemonade. So today is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be using hibiscus. So the hibiscus you can find in the tea bag form, but if you go to a Latin supermarket, they're actually going to sell the actual flower that's dried up in a bag, and it's a huge bag. It looks something like this. You can kind of see here, it is super dry and it makes great for basically making a beverage. I like to add the water, so the water's already in here in my pot. I'm going to cover it and it's going to come to a boil. When it starts boiling, that's when I drop just like a handful. Really, it's like probably like half a cup of the dried hibiscus, and I let it simmer. I go ahead and turn off the stove as well, and for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, let it simmer. Then you obviously gotta let it cool before you transfer it into the container that you're going to use. So this is going to be today's. You can then add a little bit of cinnamon. Some people like it, like my dad loves to add cinnamon to it. I don't know, I just, cinnamon is like, it's a very dessert taste for me sometimes. Or like, sweet. I don't know, not even sweet, because you want your drinks to be sweet. I'm just not a fan. So if you want to, you can add a little bit of cinnamon. Some people like to add stevia or some sort of sugar to it. I just like it plain with like ice. It's so refreshing. And I also like to add sometimes lemon. A squeeze of a lemon to it, it tastes really good. But usually I'll do the squeeze of a lemon when like I'm sitting down and eating. So that is going to be next on the agenda. And now we're gonna move on to the tuna. For our tuna, we're going to be using this Wild Planet. If you guys have been here around for a while, you guys know that this is the tuna that I get from Costco. It comes in a pack of 6. It's super affordable when you buy it at Costco. If you try to buy it like a supermarket, it's like $6 to $5 a can. So it's quite expensive, but I really like it because this one is just 100% pure tuna and sea salt, no extra junk. And it's, I don't know, wild tuna too. It's not like farm tuna, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I really like it. And for our meal, I'm just gonna use one. If I'm doing like sandwiches, I like to use 2 cans, but for today, we're just gonna do 1. All right, so I have a little bit leftover onion. Usually to my tuna, I like to add green onion, but since I have this, I felt like it was too much for the lentils. I'm going to add it to our tuna, but green onion, it tastes so good. And a little bit goes a long way. I just try to chop it really, really tiny when I do put it in my tuna. All right, so, oh my God. Let's see if I can get this open. Okay, we got it. Sometimes it's hard with press-on nails. They like pop right off, y'all. Oh my gosh, I have this crazy story about press-on nails. I used to wear them quite often. And then one day we were hosting, it was our first Thanksgiving hosting where my husband and I, we lived together. We were gonna host for the first time and our family was gonna get together. I was cooking up a storm. I was doing a what's it called? A salad. And you guys, next thing I know, I was missing a nail. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if like when I grabbed something, when I was chopping something, it like disappeared and went in the salad. I was mortified. Like, I have to disclose it. Like, I don't know, I still served it, but I did disclose it. And I was just like, if you don't want to eat it, you don't have to. Don't. People still ate it. Funny thing is, I was eating the salad and the nail showed up on my portion of the salad. How crazy is that? Like, it's so wild. So ever since then, I'm like kind of paranoid of cooking with press-on nails because they pop off really easily. Just FYI, if you're like hosting, make sure to use gloves. Luckily my family was actually nice and they still ate it. People were hungry. But still, I would not blame anyone if they were like, oh, hell no, I'm not eating that. Because that's pretty gross. All right, we're gonna add some mayo to this. It's about a tablespoon of mayonnaise. And our onion. I feel like that's enough. Sometimes I like eyeball it and I feel like it's good. We're gonna add a little bit of sea salt as well. I feel like sea salt just tastes really good with fish. I tend to use Himalayan salt with like everything else in my kitchen, but for this specific one, we're just gonna add a little bit of sea salt. Oh, and I meant to grab the pepper. And a little bit of pepper. And we mix, my friends. So we have our tuna. So this is basically it. It looks pretty pale and plain if you take a look. Just because I normally would add the green onion and it gives it color, a pop of color. It looks nicer, but it'll still taste good. So that is the tuna. Now we're gonna move on to our hibiscus. All right, so this is what it looks like. It is definitely concentrated hibiscus. I ended up putting 1 cup of hibiscus just because I can always split this between 2 mason jars. It is definitely concentrated, but if you want like non-concentrated, like where you can just pour directly from here, use just half a cup of hibiscus. Our lentils are looking good. So normally I would add carrots and celery to this, but we ran out. So we make do with what we have. Another thing that you can add in here is potatoes, but since I'm making rice, I decided to opt out. But diced potatoes with the celery and the carrots, so good. To desserts. My little one is calling my name. But we are going to be making brownies. These are the Birch Benders brownie mix. I really enjoy this one. I feel like it's a good ingredient list. Nothing too crazy. I feel like I'm not eating just a bunch of junk. And they taste very rich. But we're going to do a little bit of a twist. We're going to add some veggies to these brownies. This is just my way of sneaking more veggies into their food. The best veggies that you can use are zucchini. You can also use squash. And you can also use carrots and celery, which I don't have.
The way she walks, the way she talks, or the way she loves me. Just look at me, I'm like a monkey in a coconut tree. You know I'm overjoyed, 'cause boy, oh boy, she's my gal. She asks me when I say let's go out dancing. Your place or mine, don't waste my time with phone.
All right, our drink is done. You can probably add a little more water because this is pretty concentrated, pretty dark. But I like to just pour a little bit and then add water as I drink it. But this is a good option if you want something to drink.
Oh, hello.
Hello, my name. So as you can see, you can hardly see any of the zucchini in there because of the chocolate. And it tastes like a normal brownie. You didn't even feel the veggies. Now I need a glass of milk.
And I'm overjoyed, 'cause boy, she's my gal.
I don't care what you and me, I don't mean to start a scene.
We made it back home and the kids are asleep. So bath time was a success. Today I had the full intentions of actually cooking some hot dogs, But the reality is that sometimes when you do like a lot of cooking throughout the day, once the night comes, you're toast. I was tired. We went to the park instead, and then we went to Costco because they have those $1.50 hot dogs and like super cheap pizza. It's Friday night. It's a treat. This is not something that we do normally, but since it's Friday, you know, Friday pizza night, instead of making it at home, we go to Costco. We bought some things that we needed and called it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sometimes this is just the reality of being a mom of 3. You're not gonna cook all day, every single time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next Monday. And like always, remember to dream big, be brave, and explore life. Until next time. Mwah.